So the Panthers head into this Week 11 matchup at 3-7, facing the Baltimore Ravens on the road in what is a pivotal matchup for the Panthers to keep the division hopes alive. After a huge victory over the Atlanta Falcons, the chances are still there, but they are slim. And we'll talk about whether the Panthers can figure out the question that is Lamar Jackson. You're listening to Money in the Bank. So heading into this game, right, it kind of feels very similar to the Cincinnati game, whereas, one, they're in the same division, and two, they both are good football teams. And in that Cincinnati game, I pretty much got to see, I think we all got to see the gap between us and the good teams in this league, and it's pretty sizable. It was pretty sizable in that matchup. Now, what will Baltimore try to come out and do? Well, simply because their passing attack, with guys like Duvernay and you brought back Deshaun Jackson, I don't believe they're gonna. The passing game will be what it's been. I think Baltimore's gonna play their style, and that's usually how they come out and attack every game. Baltimore's one of those teams where they're not changing the scheme. And that's how most teams in the NFL are. They're not altering what they do for anybody, and especially against a team like Carolina that struggles against the run. Baltimore's gonna come out there looking to lean on Carolina. Ioannidis is out, so you're lacking depth in the interior defensive line. Expect to see a heavy dose of Gus Edwards and Kenyon Drake and Lamar Jackson running the ball. I would probably say, bro, honest to God, they'll probably run. That running game is probably going to be 60% of their offense in this game. I don't see Lamar having to pass the ball very much in this one. And again, Carolina's defense is undersized, and it's undersized, but it's fast, right? And so what they're probably gonna do, you're gonna see a lot of. I feel like you'll see a lot of jet sweep action. I think screen pass action to the receivers when they want to get them going. Same thing, obviously having a guy like Lamar that alters how you have to defend and his ability to run. This defensive line has been horrible at keeping their pass rush lanes and being disciplined. Davion Nates is getting the start this week over Yetur Gross-Matos, thank God, right? So I don't think that in a game like this, a guy that, even though he's extremely athletic, but a guy that he's an interior guy. Him being out there on the edge, having to play container on Lamar Jackson, I worry about that, right? The secondary, obviously losing Dante Jackson, it's gonna hurt this secondary no matter how you feel about the guy, right? So, but they won't be tested a ton, but watch out for the timely plays. There's gonna be a point in time where if you win first and second down and they have to make plays. This is what got us in the Cleveland game, right? The Cleveland game went a lot like they would, even if we won first and second down and got them to a third and medium, third and long, they were able to complete passes and keep drives alive. Your secondary is gonna have to be better today, or in this game, if you want to have a chance to compete defensively. I'll be honest, man. It's just the fact that I know our run game issues aren't going to be solved by no matter how many coaches we fire this season. It's not going to be solved. So I don't really see that going well for us. So, but on the flip side, we'll talk about the offense. And this video will be quick because it's not. I'll be honest, this is not a whole lot of positivity coming from me in this game, because it's just, we know there's a gap. So offensively, what do we do? Right, the one thing PJ Walker. The one thing I've loved with what they've done with PJ Walker is simply simplify the game. It's simple. It's simple and it's effective, right? And that's what you do usually when backup quarterback plays. I'm interested to see how McAdoo calls a game with Baker back, because I think you should keep the same game plan. I think you keep the game plan simple, make it easy for Baker, right? And then at whatever point, whatever juncture that Baker feels like he's got to make a play, you really just got to hope that he makes the right play at the right time. And Baker's still more. Baker's a more capable. There's still a belief, right, in me that Baker's a more capable quarterback than PJ Walker, and it's honestly because of where he was drafted, how many opportunities he's gotten to be a starter. That's only the real reason I probably feel that way. PJ has played better football. and he's played better football than Baker this year. It's not really much to really debate about it, but I still want to have a belief that Baker can still do things that a starting level NFL quarterback can do, which is make plays off script, maybe, right? How do you get your guys going, man? Look, here's the thing. I mean, him and DJ had to get going early, because that relationship wasn't great when he was a starter, and DJ's production has been on the uptick since PJ Walker's taken over. The MO has to be to get DJ going first. But overall, the one issue I've had with PJ since he's been the starter, and this is one of the very few issues I can really have with him, is that he doesn't spread the ball around to other targets. You have to get more guys going. You're gonna have to, like, the game plan can't be that simple in the sense of that it's only going to DJ and Terrace. It can't be that way. I'm hopeful that Terrace can still be productive. He's played well since he's gotten some starts. Grading out, I think I had like a 73 according to Pro Football Focus, right? So he's one of the highest graded players on the team right now. Get those guys going early. Laviska Shenault, get him going early. He is a option. He's a real threat. But we have to make it a concerted effort to get him going, and not just in the simplest ways, like where it's just screen passes. Like, you can do some diverse things with this guy and with the talent you have in this in that skill position room. So I mean, the main thing for Baker is take care of keep the game plan simple, and strictly and mainly stay ahead of schedule. The ground game, I doubt that the ground game is going to be effective, even though our run blocking offense has been one of the better ones in the league. This is a defense that's giving up around 92 yards rushing per game. They are going to make sure Deontay Foreman does not get it rolling. But it's going to be a test of wills up front. Bradley Bozeman, being the former Raven, he has elevated his offensive line immensely with his presence on the field, and I'm glad to see he's getting the opportunity. Unfortunately, Pat Elflein out for the season with a hip injury. Hope that he gets well and recovers and makes a full recovery. But Bozeman's presence has been a huge uplift, and we'll see how good it can be in this game. Now they get after the passer, they get after the quarterback, right? Icky, Taylor Moton. This would be a great test for this entire offensive line. Calais Campbell against our guards. Christensen's gonna have to ball out. Corbett's gonna have to stand strong. Icky's going to play some of his best football, which he's been playing it ever since about week 2. Hasn't given up a sack since week 2. Knock on wood that he doesn't. That this isn't the week that stat goes to the dumpster. But overall, man, get your guys going early. Spread the ball around, keep it multiple. You cannot let I think the best thing you can do in this game is not allow Baltimore to key in on one guy. We know who they're gonna have to key in on. Foreman and Moore are the two guys that they're gonna be implementing to take out of this game anyway. Get creative with how you get those guys going, and from that point on, man, hope that Baker can put together a solid performance. That's all we can hope for, man. But yeah, you've been listening to Money in the Bank, man. It's your boy Shanti Stewart. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Instagram, man. Yeah, follow us on Instagram at P1N_network and Panthers Nation with the 1, because you know what time it is. So with that being said, I'm out.